We all crave connection. It's a fundamental human need. But sometimes we encounter people who seem to struggle with emotional closeness. This is often called emotional unavailability. It's like there's a wall up, making it hard to truly connect on a deeper level. Imagine trying to share a heartfelt moment with someone, only to be met with silence or a change of subject. They might seem distant or withdrawn, unable to reciprocate your feelings. This can be hurtful and confusing, leaving us feeling alone and unimportant. Emotional unavailability isn't about a lack of love or care. Often it stems from past hurts or a fear of vulnerability. People who struggle with emotional unavailability may have difficulty expressing their feelings or letting others in. Remember, understanding emotional unavailability is the first step towards compassion, both for ourselves and for others. It's about recognizing that everyone has their own unique journey and pace when it comes to emotional intimacy. Emotional unavailability can manifest in subtle ways, making it tricky to pinpoint. However, there are some common signs to watch out for. One telltale sign is difficulty expressing feelings. Someone who is emotionally unavailable might struggle to articulate their emotions or shut down when conversations get too deep. They might deflect with humor, change the subject, or offer vague responses. Another sign is difficulty with commitment. This can range from avoiding serious relationships to struggling with emotional intimacy within a partnership. They might prioritize work or hobbies over quality time, or keep their distance physically and emotionally. Communication patterns can also be revealing. An emotionally unavailable person might be a poor listener, appearing distracted or disinterested when you're sharing. They might have difficulty offering emotional support or struggle to reciprocate affection. It's important to remember that these signs don't always indicate emotional unavailability. Everyone has moments of withdrawal or difficulty expressing themselves. However, if these patterns persist and impact the relationship, it might be a sign of deeper emotional barriers. Emotional unavailability can have a profound impact on relationships. When one person struggles to show up emotionally, it can create an imbalance, leaving the other partner feeling unseen, unheard, and unvalued. Over time, this can lead to feelings of resentment, loneliness, and insecurity. The partner who is more emotionally available might start to question their own worth or feel responsible for fixing their partner. This dynamic can be emotionally draining and ultimately damaging to the relationship. Emotional unavailability can also hinder effective communication. When one person is unable or unwilling to share their feelings openly, it creates a barrier to intimacy. Conflicts might go unresolved, leading to further distance and misunderstandings. In some cases, emotional unavailability can be a form of self-protection. Individuals who have experienced past trauma or heartbreak might erect emotional walls to avoid getting hurt again. While this is understandable, it ultimately prevents them from experiencing the fullness of a loving, supportive relationship. Recognizing emotional unavailability in ourselves can be challenging but liberating. It requires honesty, self-compassion, and a willingness to look inward. Reflect on your patterns in relationships. Do you find it difficult to open up emotionally? Do you shy away from commitment or intimacy? Are you comfortable expressing your needs and feelings? Pay attention to how you respond to emotional cues. Do you withdraw when someone tries to connect deeply? Do you struggle to offer emotional support? Examine your relationship with vulnerability. Do you view vulnerability as a weakness or strength? Embracing vulnerability fosters emotional connection. Recognizing emotional unavailability is about cultivating self-awareness. Navigating emotional unavailability in a relationship can be incredibly challenging. It requires patience, understanding, and setting healthy boundaries. Start with an open and honest conversation. Express how their emotional unavailability impacts you. Use I statements to focus on your feelings. Remember, change takes time and effort. Be patient and avoid ultimatums. Encourage professional help if they're open to it. Therapy can explore root causes and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Prioritize your own emotional well-being. Engage in self-care activities that bring you joy. Ultimately, the decision to stay is personal. Trust your intuition and prioritize your emotional health. Cultivating emotional availability and connection is a hopeful path forward. Emotional unavailability can be a challenge, but it's not a life sentence. With effort and self-reflection, you can build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. Prioritize your emotional well-being. Engage in activities that nourish your soul. Connect with loved ones. Nurture your emotional landscape to show up authentically in relationships. Recognize your worthiness of love and connection. Embrace your imperfections and be vulnerable. Vulnerability is the birthplace of connection. Seek supportive relationships. Surround yourself with people who value emotional intimacy. Practice vulnerability and experience deep connection. Consider seeking professional help if needed. A therapist can help explore emotional barriers and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Building emotional availability is a journey. Be patient, celebrate small victories, and never underestimate the power of connection.